How's that for accurate? I had to bring in with 600 miles on, and it's got 600 miles on. Completely by accident. Good morning, everybody. Car Biker here. Just leaving Rob Speed in Grimsby. Hopefully get away before it goes mad, because it's Armed Forces Day just down the road in Cleethorpes. Just had my bike in for its first service. New oil after 600 miles. Bang on 600, completely by accident. And I can now open it up a little bit more than I have been, apparently. I kept to 4,000 revs honest Kawasaki. Thought I'd do a topic today about motovlogging. It's a meta topic, a topic about what I'm doing. I keep seeing people asking, is motovlogging safe? And I don't know, I might do a few videos on this, but I want to cover a few different topics. So yeah, maybe we'll do a few, because otherwise it'll be really long, especially if I don't stop waffling like I am now. So, quite a few people saying, is motovlogging safe? And quite a few people have said, is it safe to have a camera attached to your helmet? Now, a few years ago, of course, Michael Schumacher had his accident skiing, and it was claimed, and I don't know how accurate it was, but it was claimed that the GoPro stuck to his helmet might have made his injuries worse. I'm not sure if that's been debunked or not, to be honest. From what I heard, his helmet was actually snapped in half, so probably just too much for the helmet. Although maybe the GoPro had something to do with it. So I thought I'll do a little bit of research on that there internet, have a look around, see if anybody's actually checked the safety of helmets, especially in the wake of the Michael Schumacher thing. Obviously a different type of helmet, but you know, it's certainly a reason why people would start to think about it. So I had a look around on the internet and I found quite an interesting study, and it was done by the BBC and the Transport Research Laboratory. So it's a set of people who are interested in the news and a set of people who are interested in safety. And what they did was they decided they were going to test helmets with cameras attached and test the claims made by the manufacturers, see what the rules that the manufacturers lay down, what effect they have, and see whether the claims they make are true and whether in the end it's dangerous to put a camera on your helmet. Now, to be honest, whether it comes out as dangerous or not, I thought when I was reading it, I'm not going to stop motovlogging because I enjoy it. And riding a motorbike's dangerous. Going up and down the stairs is dangerous. You know, we all take risks in life, and it's about mitigating those risks to a certain extent and embracing those risks to a certain extent. You know, if I was completely risk averse, I would not be talking to you now, not because I was against motovlogging, but because riding a motorbike in itself can be dangerous. But anyway, that might be a separate topic, mightn't it, if I do this as a series? Aha. So the study, that's the important bit, isn't it? Now there's a couple of things to say first, and it's to do with the rules, the instructions that are given by the two sets of manufacturers that are involved in the equation. Because obviously there's the manufacturer of the helmet and there's the manufacturer of the camera. The manufacturer of the camera gives you all of the equipment, all the accessories you need in order to stick a camera to the side of your helmet. So they give you a mount that's curved, that fits the helmet snugly. They give you a sticky pad made by 3M generally to stick the camera on there. They give you all those bits, and they give you a set of instructions, and one of them is always follow your helmet manufacturer's instructions. So I thought, well, I'll pull out the manufacturer's instructions. Now I've only got a Shark helmet that I've got instructions for still, but I thought I'll have a look at that. And the Shark helmet says, do not stick any stickers to the helmet. Do not use any adhesives on the helmet. So straight away you've got a conflict, aren't you? If you follow the instructions, you can't actually mount a camera at all. But then again, the Shark helmet has a sticker on it. It has a gold sticker that says that it's been tested and it meets the criteria needed to use it on a track. And it also comes with a set of stickers to use in France, because the French insist that you have these reflective stickers on your helmet. So they break their own rules, really. The study itself. So what they did was they took cycling helmets, they took mountaineering, climbing helmets, and they took motorbike helmets. And they looked at the British standards that went along with each, because there's a set of standards, there's a BS, whatever the number is, for all three types of helmet. They thought they would recreate the testing done in order to meet those standards. And as part of those standards, they check what happens in an impact when the helmet, with head inside, obviously they use a fake head I assume, hits something, and hits a variety of objects at certain impact speeds and twisting speeds and all that kind of thing. And they look at what the impact would be to the head, they look at what the deformation would be of the helmet, they look at the twisting forces applied to the neck in all these different types of impacts. So the BBC and TRL got together, recreated those, and they recreated them also with a GoPro attached to see what the impact would be. And what they found was quite surprising. They actually used the word surprising in their own studies. They assumed that the GoPro would add extra twisting force or cause the helmet to take a more focused impact when it was hitting a flat surface, and therefore deform the helmet more. But it didn't. It didn't actually cause any further injury at all, or any further, extension of potential injury over the standard tests, because of the focal point. So they recorded it in super slow motion to see what actually happened. And what they found was that the mount on the camera, because it's a soft plastic, actually deformed before the helmet did. So the impact when you had the helmet hit on the camera was actually lessened by the deforming of the mount of the camera. It's still deformed, it still bent the helmet in, but it would do it less, suggesting that any damage to the head would actually be less because you had the helmet on, the helmet camera on, not more, which goes against excuse me, it goes against the common sense idea that having something there would cause more of a problem. And I've seen that expressed on forums over and over again, that having a helmet there, well, it's obvious, isn't it, it will cause more damage. Well, actually, like many things in life, things that appear obvious aren't necessarily true. They did some other tests as well, and they've brought out two situations where it could be worse to have a helmet camera. One was a glancing blow, but they've specifically said that was for mountain climbers, where you might slip and have a glancing blow from a rock against the helmet or against the camera. And it wasn't that it would damage the helmet more, it was that it would cause the helmet to twist, and that potentially could cause more twisting on the neck, which can be a bad thing. They also said that mounting a camera on the front of your helmet, and they particularly talked about a camera pointing backwards, but I would suspect that didn't matter, and that's the type that people use where they mount it on the front in order to catch their facial expressions. They said that that type of mount could be very dangerous. I suppose one thing is it's mounted usually on the bottom lip of a camera, of a helmet, and it could end up in your neck. But they said that if you hit face first, which if you've watched my video about the helmet impacts, is the most likely place for you to hit your head. It could actually cause more twisting still, and that could cause some serious injuries to your head and neck. And also it can cause the camera to twist in, which could cause severe facial injuries. So, as with that other video I did, I think definitely mounting a camera at the front is a bad idea. The other thing they found out that was quite interesting, the camera manufacturers say we build a mount that is purposefully weak, so that in an impact it breaks away. And it turns out that generally that does not happen. Usually the camera and the mount stay on the helmet. There's only 40% of impacts where the camera came off, 60% of impacts where the camera was hit. The camera stayed on. So you can't rely on that. Again, that was another one in the forums. That was the answer. So there was one set of people repeatedly saying, it's obvious, isn't it, having a camera on causes more injury. And the reply was, no, it's obvious, isn't it, the camera comes off. Well, both of those are actually false. Don't rely on the obvious. But I thought it's quite interesting. Now, I'm not going to say that therefore it's safe or not. I would imagine it probably cancels itself out. You've got this slight risk in a small number of accidents, but you've actually got a reduced risk of injury in some others. So I'm just going to say, well, I don't mind. I'm going to carry on taking that particular risk. Anyway, I think that's enough waffle for me. So thank you for watching. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.